What's up, first down DBs? Coach Felipe here. For this week's video, we're going to talk about something all DBs should avoid making. A mistake we should all avoid making in coverage, specifically in these clips in off-man zone type looks, right? I've done videos in the past in press man where we're up on the line right in the receiver's face and trying to keep our hips square to the receiver as long as possible. Same rule applies when I'm an off-man. So looking at it through these first couple reps, just if you can notice one thing that we get consistent with all these reps is the fact that these guys are opening up just a tad bit, too early, right? Cameron Sutton there. Same thing here. He ends up making the play here. Great speed turn to recover, but we want to stay clean in all our reps. Right here, Bland, same thing. But going through them real quick, just these four, talking through them, and then showing you a couple examples of some cleaner reps at the end. So Deron Bland here going against Tyler Lockett. At this point in time, he's committed to the open up, and we're still looking at the yard lines, anywhere from 5 to 6 yards away from this receiver, right? So he has technically not broken my cushion yet. Typically, rule of thumb is a receiver's broken your cushion when he's about 3 to 2 yards away from you, right? You speedier DBs, it could be closer to 2 yards. A little slower mid-range speed DBs, 3 yards is good. 5 yards, that's cutting it early, right? And we get this on this rep here by Bland, and it causes problems, right? Because if I'm expecting the foot race, a good receiver is always going to attack my backside, right? That's exactly what Lockett does here. He sees Bland has opened up, and again, a receiver wants you to do this. So once he sees it, a good receiver, again, is going to attack you, get you to flip your hips back the other way, and then you're even in a worse spot, right? I've gone from my hips pointing this way to this way in a matter of a second to 2 seconds, and we end up behind on this out route. Good route by Tyler Lockett, good move, good job realizing the commitment of Bland opening up and attacking his backside. Same thing here by Cameron Sutton, 5 yards. And he's opened up, right? Give it about 3 to 2. I would say 3, right? But again, totally up to you guys. You got to feel it out. The best thing I want to do here is just stay square as long as I possibly can, right? Let him eat up that cushion. Again, hip flips, right? If we're practicing on them, staying smooth in them, they happen quick. A hip flip is just as effective as anything else in our tool bag as a DB, right? We can hip flip quick, but the moment we hip flip too early, again, we get someone attacking our backside here. And then he sits us down. He's out of our vision. We end up way behind. We don't get a clean break. None of that. Same here. CeeDee Lamb, pretty fast dude, very skilled receiver, gets him to open up exactly at the right time. As soon as he sees him opening up, guess what? I'm going back inside for the easy inside lane that he just gave him. But again, like I mentioned earlier, this DB does a great job getting a good speed turn out of this, right? Whipping the head around, snapping the head around, and then making a play on the football, right? But if we can keep our reps clean and just stay squared here, we're in a lot better position, probably even get a pick here, right? It's all in the details, especially for us DBs, right? We're having to react to everything. Now this rep, this is very nitpicky of me, but again, DK Metcalf, Deron Bland's probably obviously acknowledging the speed, very fast, one of the fastest guys in the league at Metcalf. But 5 yards, and he's already starting to commit. Just stay in a smooth pedal, let him eat up that cushion, and if he continues to get to me, put my hands on, right? Don't go out of your way to make collision with the receiver, but get my hands on. Just keep my hips to this guy, because the moment my hips open up and he goes away from where my hips are, I'm in a bad spot. He's attacking my backside, and this play ends up being a touchdown, right? Just because of that opening up. Us opening up right here adds just a little more time for us to transition, right? It takes just that bit longer in order for me to get my hips fully around the other way. Compared to if my hips were pointing this way, all I got to do is looking at the angles, right? 45-degree angle versus my hips are here and I'm having to redirect almost at a 180, right? Slows us down just a tad bit. Whether we realize it or not, I promise you it does. Keeping our hip square is the most efficient way to cover guys, especially when they're in front of us. Obviously, if they're in front of us, I want to stay patient, just like we see here with DJ Reed. Again, going against, I believe that's Kyle Pitts, speedy guy, right? But look how much ground he allows Pitts to chew up. He's about 2 to 2.5. Hips are still square, even to 2 yards. He has stayed squared, got a good break, downhill break on the football. Great play here. Great example of what it should look like. Just stay true to your technique. Trust your technique. Go play football, right? Same thing here with Jalen Ramsey. Smooth pedal. We get a little quicker route here, but again, he's kept himself from opening up despite it being a very skilled receiver, trusted his technique, so he's able to work downhill, go make a play on the football. Now, I will admit, even during my time in college, during high school, this was a bad habit of mine. I had to get out of that, and I promise you it'll help your game so much because, again, the fastest way for us to make any type of break downhill is if we keeps our hips square, right? If I can keep this receiver in front of me as long as possible, I put myself in a better position to cover him overall. The moment I open up, a good receiver, again, is going to attack my backside and then make me feel like I'm lost in the sauce, right? I'm going to get lost. My hips are going to get turned around. I'm going to get flipped multiple ways. Bad things could happen, right? So DBs, just learn to keep your hips square to the receiver. He's in front of me. I'm staying square to the receiver as long as I possibly can to the very last second. Work your technique, work your weave, right? This, how we combat this is by weaving. If he's going to release outside here, I want to weave and match the release. Obviously, with most of these are pressing just vertically, but if they are stemming us, working a weave, keeping my hip square. That's what the weave is for, to keep our hip square while we gain ground backwards and match receiver stems. But I hope y'all liked the video. I hope y'all learned something. Continue to support, comment what you want to see next. And as always, y'all stay blessed. Keep grinding.